Now, I'm going to try not to spoil this on the off chance that somebody wants to see it. XXX, The Return of Xander Cage. XXX is a movie that wants to be more extreme than James Bond. The first movie shows just that when they show a 007-like agent ill-equipped to survive against extreme conditions. Vin Diesel reprises his role as an extreme sports athlete with people skills, street smarts, and sex appeal. I'm not kidding, over 90% of the women either want to sleep with him in this movie or do sleep with him in this movie. But hey, I suppose if you produce your own film, you can do what you want. The first XXX movie made $277 million on a $70 million budget. The second one, not so much. In hopes to revitalize the franchise, they brought back Vin Diesel, and he's brought a lesson from the Fast and Furious franchise: international box office. And how do you secure international box office? Well, you do it two ways: location and cast. So let's dive into it. Obviously, you got Vin Diesel, bringing in his Fast and Furious fans while playing a happy, wisecracking, and vulnerable action star. Then you add Donnie Yen. I love that he gets to have some fun on screen. His character is cocky and he backs it up. If this movie was all about him, it'd be worth the price of admission alone.
Fight like them.
Watching him kick the shit out of so many people is simply a pleasure. And it's surprising that he's in his 50s. You would think that him alone would be enough for your international box office. But wait, there's more. Deepika Padukone, a singer, model, actress in a ton of Bollywood movies. I had never heard of her before and found her to be a pleasant surprise. Always enjoy a good Tony Jaa appearance. His action scenes were solid, but what I found funny is it seemed that I wrote his character 20 years younger, and they gave him an appearance and attitude to match. Ruby Rose of Orange is the New Black fame. She plays a sassy sniper who's probably the only real useful member of Cage's crew. I mean, you got Rory McCann from Game of Thrones. He plays a stunt driver who loves to crash things. Chris Wu is a DJ known as the Hood, because he puts his hood up. His special ability is to cause crowds by DJing the music and block any of the bad guys from getting to our heroes. Michael Bisping from the UFC. Not his first acting gig. He was in the TV series Strike Back, and he was solid. Wish he had more screen time. Nina Dobrev from Vampire Diaries. You can make fun of mopey teenage vampire shows. I support you doing that, I do. But the fact is, her show ran for 7 years. That's a loyal fan base. Her character walks the line of so ridiculous it's funny and so annoying that it's funny.
It's refreshing. You actually know what you're doing down there.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Wow.
And let's not forget Sam Mother Effin' Snakes on a Plane Jackson, who gets to play a happier Nick Fury. Almost exactly like Nick Fury, if he was happy.
Hakuna Matata.
This movie does a good job of not letting you hate it, by not taking itself too seriously. And, if we're counting, there's only really 2 scenes that stood out as fake as shit. Obviously, the exploding plane in the trailer we see.
Why you doing it?
And surprisingly, part of the chase on dirt bikes through the ocean. I say surprisingly because once we saw that well-shot Robbie Madison's pipe dream bike video, we knew it was only a matter of time before it ended up in the movie. I just figured they'd be able to match what they did in that video, and they made it look pretty bad. I'll put a link in the description below in case you want to see it. It's only 4 minutes. The big threat in this movie was the 30,000 satellites that orbit the Earth, and the device that could make them crash one at a time. Now, I don't think you needed to exaggerate how many satellites actually orbited the Earth. It's more around 2,271 if you're counting, but it kind of made it look like Saturn in some of the shots. Now, I don't expect a ton of character development in a XXX movie, but character motivation is a different thing, and in that aspect of this film, it was lacking. I don't know why Cage's crew trusts him, or even knows him. Too many people like Xander Cage, even the bad guys, and the ones that don't like him have shitty motivation for it, and telegraph the predictable twists. Would have liked a cameo of Asia Argento. I thought she was good in the first. Might have helped to explain Xander's disappearance after the first movie. Maybe she died or something.
Did you enjoy that?
Yeah.
Good, because it will never happen again. Remember what I told you after you kissed me?
Never again?
I lied.
Remember, Sally, when I promised to kill you last?
the Sweet Matrix. You did.
I lied.
This movie sets up enough good characters, it outweighs the ones it didn't. But if you're going to make more of these movies, I want to see them come back. And I want them developed, to the point that when you up the stakes and start killing them off in the future, I'd care. That's what this movie missed, was stakes, and a solid bad guy. If you write it well enough, maybe you could attract some great talent. And might I suggest someone who could keep up with Donnie Yen in a fight and look good doing it, Scott Adkins. I might be missing the point of a fun popcorn movie, because I enjoyed the first one. This one wasn't as good, even though it did build some potential. I guess I'm saying I want them to make more, but only to see if they can nail it. Still no rating system yet, so I'll just say you might regret going to the theaters if you're looking for a good movie. However, if that's not what you're after, this movie does have enough parts where you might find some enjoyment in it.
Whatever it is you're looking for, you're gonna come up short.
Does this mean you're not making me breakfast in the morning?
We're willing to die to keep the world safe. How about you?
I live for this.
I guess we're on the same team now.
Well, that's it. My review for XXX, The Return of Xander Cage. Let us know in the comment section below if you're going to go see it, what you thought of it. I am curious to know. And as always, thank you for watching.